All right, so we are on week 2, and I just wanted to go over your homework assignments and how that will kind of look. So when you go on to your Blackboard, okay, so you're in your theory of baking class. When you open weekly assignments, you're going to get your note taking so you can help to remember to be able to recall the information when we take our exams, how to look at everything. You should have already turned in everything for your week 1. And now you're going to go open week 2, which has the due date. It says it right here, September 8th. So I'm going to open this up. And I gave you a little bit of a summary, trying to get you settled in, understanding what you're going to be doing every week. So this kind of gives you a little bit of an overview. Now we are covering 3 chapters, but the chapters are short. So that's why there's 3 of them. We do need to cover the whole book this semester. So trying to cover all the material. I try to narrow it down for you so you have just the important stuff that you're going to need to know that help you to be a better baker and employee. So our book that we're using is How Baking Works by Paula Fagoni. And just in case you don't have the book yet, in here are the chapters that we're covering, chapters 1, 2, and 3, which are Introduction to Baking, Heat Transfer, and the overview of the baking process. And I made a little bit of a PowerPoint, but it's just a summary of the chapters in your book. And then you're going to have a quiz that's due for each chapter. This is going to be graded the first time you hit submit. That's when that quiz is graded. Reason is because then you're going to get the answers. You're going to need the answers so you can study for your exams. Okay. Then you're going to have some questions for review. Same questions for review that are in the back of that chapter for your introduction to baking. I just pulled out a few of them that I thought were a little bit more pertinent. What you're going to do, this one's going to be kind of like showing up to class. It's more of an attendance type grade. So all of your homework is due by September 8th at midnight. Okay. So by turning it in by midnight, you have the opportunity to win 100%, to gain 100%. So what's going to happen is you're going to turn this in by midnight. If it's done on time and you have the proper number of questions answered by midnight and had given it a good try and attempt. So whether or not that's right or wrong, you'll get 100%. The reason I do this is because I really just want you to start to learn and to develop the information and to hold on to it. So this is to help you with that. But also I want you to know my answers and how I word things, mainly because that's the way things are going to be worded on your exams. So this is going to help you to study. So you're going to have a quiz and questions for review for every chapter. They are due by midnight on the Sunday nights. So this one is September 8th. You can have the opportunity to get 100%. If for some reason, there's this thing called life, and sometimes things get away from you and you don't realize, oh my gosh, I got to get that homework turned in. So you don't turn it in until Monday afternoon or Tuesday afternoon. I'll still give you 50%. Okay. But you need to catch up and get yourself back on track for the following week. At midnight on Tuesday, what I do is I give you the answers I want you to have for the introduction to baking. So the best way to do these is if you highlight all of these, right click, hit copy, and then open up a Word document. So open up the Word document. You're going to paste it. Okay, so there's all your questions that you need to know. It is best for you to save it to introduction to, oops. All right, and I would even add your name. All right. That's important later. I'll show you why. All right. So why do bakers and pastry chefs require better accuracy in measuring ingredients than kitchen chefs? So what I want you to do when you answer, I want you to change the color that you answer with. So the reason why we're so accurate with our measurement is because small changes in ingredients can determine the outcome of your final product. All right, so spell check, good. Then we're going to go down here. What is the smallest amount that should be weighed on a scale that has 500 grams times 2 grams on the display panel? Okay, so again, you could keep it the same color. I don't need to see the rainbow here. I just want something to point out that you have answered it, and that it's not the question. And so the smallest amount that should be weighed on a scale. So this means that the scale weighs in a range from 2 grams to 500 grams. Well, when you read in your book, when you weigh things on a scale, you want to, the minimum you want to weigh is 10 times the smallest amount. So 10 times 2 will be 20 grams is the smallest. All right. So this is how I want you to answer those questions for review. All right. And then you're going to go to file. You're going to save as. I'm just going to put it on my desktop for now. All right. So save. All right. So I'm going to shut this one off. I'm going to open up Blackboard for you. All right. So questions for review, introduction to baking. We'll pretend all of those were done. So what you're going to do is you're going to scroll down here. You're going to create a submission. And you are going to open up that Word document. And I know you can't see it, but I'm going to put my cursor on there. I'm going to hit Control A, which is Control All. I'm going to right click, hit copy. And then I'm going to go over here. I'm going to right click and I am going to, oh wait. You're going to hit Control and then V and keep formatting. And then there's my answers. Okay. Then I'm going to hit some, then I'm going to go down here to upload files. So sometimes things happen and it doesn't get completely copied over, or there's just other issues. So as a backup plan, what I recommend doing, upload your file as well. So upload file, browse local files. And so I'm going to go to my desktop, introduction to baking, open. And so now it's right there. And then I'm just going to hit submit. All right. So now I have my homework on there. I have it easily for Chef to see because it takes a while for the computer to open things. And then I can go over here to my grades and I can see questions for review, introduction to baking, and I have that exclamation point. That means I've submitted it. Okay. So I have to grade it, but you know that you've turned it in. Okay. So, and then you're going to go over here and you're also going to see, you should already have these done. And then you're also going to look and make sure everything with a due date of September 8th has a grade or an exclamation point. That way, you know, you've done your work for that week. Okay. All right. So for this week, because it's the beginning and it's 3 chapters and it's all about baking or the heat transfer. It's got some really important stuff. So what we use in our kitchen is induction cookware. So what I have for this week, you have some YouTube videos, and what these are going to do is they're going to kind of talk to you so you have a good understanding of our main way of cooking when we're in our lab. Okay, so I focus on induction because we use the oven and we use an induction burner. and I want you to have a good understanding of what that is. This also has it's a little remedial, a little slow pace, but it does have a good understanding of what conduction, convection, and radiation is, okay? So this time you do not have quizzes that are going to be due with them. You will in other weeks, and I'll make a video to introduce you to that. All right, I think that's everything I'm going to tell you about week 2. Again, don't hesitate to reach out and ask me questions. Also, don't wait till 10 o'clock on Sunday to start doing your homework because you might need a little bit more time than that. So make sure you plan, get your homework done, turn it in on time, turn it in by midnight Sunday, you get 100%. As long as you've answered everything for your questions for review. Your quizzes are actually graded. Take your time, have your book open, read through it. You can use the PowerPoint if you want, but everything is from your book. And then make sure you turn everything in. So this week you have 3 chapters, so make sure you get all of them done. A quiz and the questions for review, turn one for each chapter. All right, bye.